What is up? It's Tom. This is attempt number 3 on device number 2 to record Wednesday's system recap, and I want to get this out here because we've got good Twins stuff to talk about. Yeah. So, it's been rough. So I don't want to give up and not relay the details of this Twins game because they won 4-0. It was a pretty clean win, clean game for them. Joe Ryan set the tone with 7 shutout innings. Was just on attack mode all night. I think 74% of his pitches were strikes, which is just amazing for a major league pitcher to be able to do. A couple of nice 2-out hits. Edouard Julien, you see here breaking a scoreless tie in the 4th inning, and then Ty France getting the Twins' 2nd run in the 6th inning with 2 outs. Then a couple home runs. Matt Wallner homers off a lefty, his first homer of the year. And then Ty France hits his first home run as a Minnesota Twin into the Twins' bullpen, which actually Duran caught out there, which is kind of fun. I always like when they do that. So, again, a really nice win, a really clean win. We all know a couple weeks from now when the Twins have turned it around, we're going to look back to today and point to this and be like, there was the turning point right there. That's how it's definitely going to work out. I can say that with extreme certainty. It's only one game. But it felt good to see the Twins play well and win a ball game. And again, Joe Ryan goes 7 shutout innings. He hasn't walked a batter all year. I think he's thrown 17 innings and hasn't walked a guy. So he's locked in right now, which is great to see, of course, after he missed the end of last year. So Ty France with a 3-hit night. Again, his first home run as a Twin. Nice win for the Twins in Kansas City. Over to the minor league side, starting off with the St. Paul Saints, and Austin Martin, got his 2nd outfield assist of the year, both of them at the plate, both of them playing left field. Nice throw, nice catch and tag by Camargo. We'll see more out of him in this highlight package. Andrew Morris was the starter for the Saints. He threw 5 shutout innings. I think he's up to 10 shutout innings now, topped out at 96.8 miles per hour. I'm just relaying these off the top of my head now because I don't need my notebooks. I've already done this twice. But here's a 3-pitch strikeout, and there's David Festa and Zebby Matthews looking on. So the pressure was on Morris there, but he finished him off. His cutter's been really tough to do anything against. But even though that he ends on that 3-pitch strikeout, Morris banging himself in the head because he allowed 2 base runners in that inning. Just a hyper-competitive guy who holds himself at such a high standard. Here he gets a guy on a high fastball. A nice outing in 5 shutout innings for him. I think he only struck out 3 guys. We'll take a look at his line in just a moment, but very efficient. Jair Camargo hits a home run, the first Saints home run at CHS Field this year, just gets out of there. There's a Camargo, his trot, just love it. The salute to the bullpen, the little Camargo shuffle is a little smaller one than usual, and then all the pointing at home. Fun player. He also threw out a guy trying to steal second. Nick Gordon, actually, former Twins great. Nick Gordon gets thrown out trying to steal by Jair Camargo. Carson McCusker. I feel bad picking on this guy, but this was one of the worst. Horrible. That was a fastball that was that far out of the zone. Not a slider that was breaking away from everything. Terrible swing. He's got to take a moment, but it comes back and another 98 mile per hour fastball. He shoots the other way. This was like 106 miles per hour on the exit velo. Just crushes it for the eventual game-winning home run. He also had a single at like 112 exit velo. So McCusker was just blistering the ball. Wichita, fortunately, placed Walker Jenkins on the injured list. That ankle that bothered him in spring, still not back to where they want it. Rubel Cespedes hits a grand slam for his first Double-A home run. Guy goes the other way a lot. We don't see him pull it, but he hits it out of the stadium, I think. Did Rubel Cespedes for a first-inning grand slam, his first Double-A homer. Those were the only runs Wichita could score, and they lost today. No Colonels highlights because they are also having technical difficulties, much like myself. But in Fort Myers, Michael Carpenter, a lefty that they had drafted in the 11th round last year. Interesting story, a JUCO guy. Struck out the first 2 batters he faced and then ran into a bunch of trouble. Didn't give up a run, loaded the bases, and threw over 30 pitches in his inning. When you do that in the minor leagues, your day's done. If you eclipse 30 pitches in any inning, doesn't matter if it's the first inning, you're done. So he only threw 1 inning, but we got to see some flashes. Speaking of flashes, Yasser Mercedes flashing on the base paths. He stole 2 bases. He's up to 4 steals in 5 games already. for the Mighty Muscles. And then you'll see here he rips a double down the line. Big-time international signing for the Twins a few years back. Was coming off a nice year. So good to see him with the Mighty Muscles. We're going to see him play a lot. It's going to be fun. So here are the minor league starting pitchers. Ross Dunn had to leave his start with an injury, I believe. Again, there wasn't broadcast available on that one, but I'd seen that online. And again, Michael Carpenter only goes the 1 inning. He does strike out the side. Obviously not in order, but he does strike out all three outs via strikeout, excuse me. But Jacob Kisting was one of the many Muscles relievers that lifted him up. Struck out 6 guys over 2 1/3 perfect innings. So a nice performance out of him. Over to the hitting side, again, Carson McCusker, 2 balls in excess of 106 miles per hour exit velocity. I feel bad picking on him, so I wanted to make sure to point that out a couple times. But he had a nice game. The results, Twins win 4-0, Saints win. Again, that Carson McCusker home run being the difference. Muscles win 5-1. Unfortunately, the Surge, again, they only got that grand slam from Cespedes, and then the Colonels get blown out 10-0. Yeah, so maybe it's good we couldn't see any of that one. But thank you for watching this one. Hopefully I'll get everything back to what we're used to for tomorrow night. Not entirely sure what's going on with my usual setup, but thanks for hanging in there. I appreciate you. We'll talk again soon.